According to the latest reports and news, the hunt for drug kingpin and Alameddine associate Masood Zakaria, 27, is finally over in Turkey. As per crime reporter Mark Mori, Turkish authorities, working with the Australian Federal Police, swooped in on the wanted man in a daring raid on a villa in the popular resort town of Bodrum. The operation, carried out by Turkish special forces in the early hours of Saturday morning the 28th of January, resulted in Zakaria's capture, along with several of his associates. He had been the most wanted man in New South Wales after he was tipped off to an imminent arrest and subsequently fled the country by hiding in a fishing trawler sailing from Western Australia to Malaysia in early 2022. Right now he's locked up in a prison in Bodrum, to be transferred to a high-security facility in the heart of Ankara. It looks like soon Australian Federal Police will be applying to extradite him to Sydney. The alleged Alameddine lieutenant has been on the run from the law for over a year. He is accused of masterminding a violent war against the rival Hamzi family. He's also facing charges for his alleged involvement in a failed murder conspiracy against Ibrahim Hamzi. Zakaria has been closely linked to Alameddine kingpin Murat Gulasi, rapper A Huncho, Hells Angels Mustafa Hafizi and KVT leader, Joe Vokai. He is also closely affiliated with senior Alameddines, Rashad and Hamdi. Zakaria was Murat's gym buddy and was at the same gym, and possibly on the treadmill next to him when lethal heart attack struck Gulasi and he died on the spot. Zakaria disappeared in December, just before Sydney police could arrest him over the alleged attempted murder of rival Ibrahim Hamzi at North Sydney. He fled to Turkey via Malaysia, after he jumped on a trawler in Western Australia. He is believed to have taken a different route to fool the authorities. This includes traveling via sea from Perth to Kuala Lumpur, and then flying to Lebanon. From Lebanon he then traveled to Ankara and finally to Istanbul. It is believed that Zakaria has kept a strong link with the Alameddines and has also helped Gulasi to escape Sydney. He had connections with groups operating on various borders which helped him and his crew escape Australia. He developed a systematic escape route that is now being used quite frequently by the criminals. It is possibly something similar to migrant smuggling or human trafficking, which refers to the movement of people across international borders for financial benefit. In 2021, police surveillance had allegedly captured Zakaria making preparatory plans to flee the jurisdiction with street gang KVT leader Joseph Vokai before he was arrested. Police say they monitored both suspects for a significant period of time and had a number of surveillance devices in play, but before they could make their big move they both left the state's jurisdiction. However, Vokai handed himself in within 2 weeks after police arrived at his home to arrest him, while Zakaria remained on the run. Vokai is now facing court, charged with 2 counts of knowingly directing the activities of a criminal group, contributing to criminal activity, dealing with proceeds of crime and conspiracy to commit murder. Zakaria and Vokai had been captured on surveillance talking about taking care of other members of the clan and ensuring that they all had good legal representation. They would frequently talk about taking care of their people, taking care of their boys, making sure they get a QC for bail applications, and how there's no real evidence of where that money comes from, and how their clan was their family. There were various conversations caught on surveillance, where Vokai and Zakaria also allegedly discussed money and drugs. On one occasion they talked about stealing money from drug dealers. They would also talk about revenge, and discuss scores, as to who died and how many were left. In December 2021, police in New South Wales issued an arrest warrant for him. Since then the hunt has been on. He abandoned his wife and children in Sydney but was understood to be in contact with them over FaceTime and WhatsApp chats. His wife Azza was later arrested by Crime Commission officers who charged her with dishonestly obtaining advantage by deception for her part in purchasing their Greystanes property. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced to a 12-month community corrections order in April 2022 and the house was seized by authorities. His father Omar Zakaria is also on bail. He has been charged for concealing cash, assets and gemstones acquired from proceeds of crime. Zakaria joins a growing list of Australian fugitives to be arrested for extradition, as the Turkish government cracks down on foreigners using their country as a safe haven. The extradition list includes Comanchero World Commander Mark Buttle, alleged crime figure and Comanchero associate Tony Haddad, Comanchero Supreme Commander Dax Nyakuru and his cousin and chief drug cook Shane Nyakuru. This marks another victory for the Australian Federal Police in their tireless pursuit of justice.